Hey folks, so recently I made a video that showed a workflow between ZBrush and Houdini through the GoZ mechanism. And I recently ran into a problem where it didn't work with the latest ZBrush 2025 and the latest Houdini. And it required me to go jump around the internet and jump through a bunch of hoops and figure out a workaround. And I figured it out finally. It's actually very simple. And that's what this video is about, is to make sure that your GoZ and Houdini setups are ready and primed for leveraging the quick GoZ mechanisms between ZBrush and Houdini. So stick around and follow these steps and you'll be good to go. Okay, so here I have ZBrush 2025.1.3 up and running. And let me drop the cylinder 3D, hit T, hit Make Polymesh 3D. And then if I hit GoZ R over here in the tool palette, hopefully you can see that. So I'm going to hit R. And you'll notice that by default, there's only 4 apps that are GoZ enabled / ready to go out of the default installation of ZBrush. And we want to add Houdini. And the way to do that is there's a couple different ways. One way is to go and clone this repo here on my GitHub site, and it's a Houdini GoZ repo. And if you clone that, you'll get a GoZ Apps directory in your repo. And all you really need is to copy the Houdini folder into a folder I'm about to show you. Okay. Now, if you're not familiar with Git and you're just not familiar with it, et cetera, I have also created a zip file that if you go to, this is my arcanacom.gumroad.com Gumroad page. If you go to this page and go to GoZ for Houdini, and if you just put in $0 here and then download this, what you'll get is a houdini.zip file. Now that will, when you unzip that, you will get a Houdini directory, which is the exact same directory here that you'll find if you decided to go down the Git repo path. And now what you need to do is you need to take that Houdini folder and you need to copy that into this directory, this C users public pixelogic GoZ app directory. Okay, you need to put the Houdini folder into that directory. Now let me just copy mine in there. Since I've already done this, I'm just going to move mine over to there. Okay. And once you have that Houdini folder, go into that Houdini folder and open up the GoZ config.txt file and open up the text editor of your choice, and then replace that path with the location of your Houdini executable. Okay. And this is the default location if you just installed the default locations. Okay. So make sure to replace that and you're good to go. And then what you need to do once you've done all that, let's go back over to ZBrush and you need to restart ZBrush. Okay. So now let me fire up ZBrush again. So now let's fire up ZBrush again. And now if I drop that same cylinder, hit T, make Polymesh 3D, and look at GoZ R, you'll see that Houdini is now current. Okay. I'm going to click that just for giggles. And then I'm going to hit Ctrl+G, which is the same thing as clicking GoZ for this particular object. And you'll see a file saved to disk successfully. You can then go over to Houdini and make sure that you've got the SideFX Labs shelf set installed. But once you do have that, then you just say start GoZ. And then that will start, you'll see a GoZ up and running. Mine's already running. Fantastic. Once that is all there, then I can drop a geometry node, dive into that geometry node, drop a GoZ import node, and say reload. And there is that object that I pulled over. If I want to make some changes here and, send it back over to ZBrush, let's say do a fancy extrude, let's say, then you just do an export, GoZ export, select that guy, send to ZBrush. There it is, back over in ZBrush. I hope that helps.